Hey guys, this is G.I. Jack. I've just seen the new Child's Play movie, and honestly, I really liked it. Aubrey Plaza was okay. She didn't really feel like a mom. Like, she didn't feel like the original Karen was in the original Chucky movie. She felt like she was trying to be the cool mom for Andy, or even his babysitter, which just feels awkward because I believe in the movie Andy was 12. Yeah, 12. Speaking of Andy, though, the actor who plays this in was pretty good. They even incorporated him being deaf into some cool bits. Detective Mike Norris, he was pretty cool as well. I honestly don't remember too much of him from the original Child's Play, or he didn't play too much. Okay, I take that back. He did play a pretty big role in the original Child's Play, but I just don't remember a ton about him. But that's on me. So for the new Child's Play remake, I don't know. He just didn't do too much that I found memorable. Mark Hamill as Chucky, awesome. I honestly think that's no one is going to top Brad Dourif as Chucky, but I think the movie did pretty good with casting Mark Hamill, especially since Mark Hamill has been the Joker in comics, movies, video games. Unfortunately, from what I remember, they didn't really have Chucky laugh too much. They didn't even have him swear too much. But overall, it was a decent Chucky with what they had. Because in the movie, instead of being a demonically voodoo-possessed doll, he's basically AI gone wrong. In a way, it was kind of like a hard R version of Small Soldiers, with the whole AI angle, except there was no good version of the AI, whereas in that movie it was the Commando Elite versus the Gorgonites. In this one, it's just Chucky. But more on the AI thing in a minute. The whole angle they had where they were giving Andy friends, it was okay. I don't think they had too much of an impact, especially towards the end of the film. That's another thing I'll get on in a minute. But trying to refrain from spoilers here. I just got done seeing the movie. It was I don't know, the movie was really great with what they had. The kills are awesome, and because that's one of the things people go see in a slasher horror movie. The kills are kind of great. The kills are incredibly brutal. They're the most brutal that I've ever seen in a Chucky movie. The only one that tops it is... Actually, no, not even tops it. Maybe ties it. Is probably Seed of Chucky, especially that one part where Tiffany kills Redman. But the Child's Play remake, it's got some really good kills. that's all I really can remember without delving into spoilers. So, spoiler talk in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. So, at the very beginning of the movie, the whole reason why that version of Chucky is faulty or whatever is, originally what I thought when I was seeing the trailers is that Chucky either learned something from Andy, which is partly true, but I thought that he short-circuited or whatever, and he was getting fixed up by that one bearded guy with the glasses, and that's how he becomes evil. And that's also partly true. But no, what happens is, at the very beginning of the movie, at the Caslin factory in Vietnam, one of the workers, who the credits named his character as Chien. So I suppose that's the closest thing to Charles Lee Ray. He's being mentally abused by his manager, and his manager tells him to finish up that specific Chucky doll, and then he wants him gone, just off the streets. So what Chien does is he just disables all the safety protocols, and then he jumps out of a 3 or 4-story window, crashes on a car just like Aunt Maggie in the first Child's Play movie, and kills himself. So later, Karen's working at the Zed Mart, and the Chucky doll is returned because it was mentioned that the doll was starting to get really freaky, and he started getting red eyes. So instead of actually returning it, Karen convinces one of her co-workers to let her take the doll to give to her son Andy. So Andy and Chucky, over the course of the movie, they sort of become friends, except that Chucky, whenever Andy is mad at someone or something, Chucky takes it as literal, such as with Karen's boyfriend, Shane, he's the guy who gets hung up by the Christmas lights in the trailers. Andy says that he just wants him gone because he doesn't like Shane. Well, Chucky kills him in the next scene. And he does that for a couple people, even first finds Shane's head in his room that Chucky put in there. So Andy, he rips out the power core from Chucky, which, by the way, it made me think a little bit of Iron Man, which, funny enough, Avengers Endgame came out 2 months ago. I can't remember. But anyway, so he rips out Chucky's power core, throws him in the trash. The janitor finds him, takes him to the basement, fixes him up, and somehow Chucky gains complete sentience, and he then kills the janitor because the janitor likes to spy on people in the shower. So the first 2 kills that Chucky really has kind of towards people who kind of deserve it, because not only is Shane he's a jerk to Andy, but it turns out he also has a wife and kids who he sees when he's not seeing Karen. But anyway, so he kills Shane. He eventually kills Detective Norris's mother. Wow, that was around halfway through the movie. This movie goes by fast. I think it's only an hour and a half long, maybe. But dang, it went by quick. Before I knew it, it was at that scene in the Zedmart where where all the lights are red, and the drones are attacking people. And there are these bear models for the Buddy 2, which kind of look like Build-A-Bear. They're just attacking everyone. It's complete pandemonium. It was really cool. Andy and his friends show up because Chucky wants to kill Karen. Eventually, everyone leaves the store except for Andy, Karen, and Chucky. That's around the part where it shows Karen almost being hung in the trailer. So Andy and Chucky have this pretty cool fight scene. Karen gets free. Andy stabs Chucky in his power core heart. Then gets shot by Mike Norris. And then his head gets ripped off by Karen. And right when Mike shoots Chucky, he utters the line, "This is the end," call back to the original movie. Only thing I didn't like about that is that it wasn't Andy who said it. But after Karen rips off Chucky's head, Andy and his friends, I think their names were Pug, Phelan, and Omar. They all destroy Chucky's remains with a sledgehammer. And the final scene is basically the owner of Caslin, Henry Caslin, basically saying that his company isn't responsible for anything that happened at the Zedmart. They recalled all the Buddy 2s, and then they put up new Buddy dolls. And it turns out one of them is at the very end, right before the credits roll. One of the Buddy dolls in stock, his eyes momentarily glow red. So Chucky must have transferred his AI consciousness into one of the dolls. And then the credits roll. Now, I stuck around for the end credits, mostly because I thought there would be an end credits scene. And the reason why I think that is because the last 2 Chucky movies, Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky, Joker singing Only You and I'm Not Laughing from Batman Arkham City and Arkham Knight. But that's just me because, Mark Hamill voiced the Joker. But, dang. Oh, and speaking of, little callbacks, I did think it was a little bit cool that the very beginning of the movie just shows the outside of the Caslin Corporation building in Vietnam, and there's a huge flash of lightning, clap of thunder. It really reminded me of that whole lightning scene from the first Child's Play, when Charles Lee Ray originally transfers his soul into a doll. Another nice touch was one of the ways that Chucky learns his murderous side. Chucky learns his violent tendencies, which, first of all, he originally kind of learns it from Andy when he's making a sandwich and he stabs the knife into the countertop, and Chucky starts mimicking that. But another nice touch was he also learned some of that violence from watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 with Andy and his friends. I thought that was a nice little touch and callback to Leatherface. That's really it. Oh, his one-liners are pretty good, even though he doesn't swear as much as the Brad Dourif Chucky, or as far as I know, he never laughed. Well, actually no, he did laugh a few times, just not nearly as much as the Brad Dourif Chucky either. Even though he did do some things like Brad Dourif's Chucky, Mark Hamill was still a very good stand-in for Brad Dourif, and overall it was a very good movie. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, there were some scenes that were genuinely scary, especially the way that Chucky controlled electronics. Like there's at one point in the Zedmart, it's not the last climactic scene in the store, but earlier in the film, Chucky controls all the TVs in the store, and Andy's freaking out and he's telling him to stop it. Just little scenes like that, just made it pretty creepy, especially when Chucky talked. Oh, and speaking of Chucky, the best way I can put this is that they humanized Chucky a little bit when he was showing emotions, like being sad when Andy was getting frustrated with him, which I just thought it was a little bit funny that they're able to humanize Chucky in a little way like that, even though he's a robot. Anyway, that's it for me. Oh, last thing. There was one part that I didn't really understand in the movie. So, later in the movie, Andy's friends leave him because they think he's going nuts about Chucky, and they stop believing him. Especially Pug. He stops believing Andy was telling the truth. And I don't really understand that because all of Andy's friends saw when Chucky went ballistic. Like, that scene where they're watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. They stopped watching the movie because Chucky was running at them with a knife. And they also saw Shane's head, his face taped to a watermelon. So I just don't really get why they just spontaneously stopped believing in Andy that Chucky was real. Or maybe they explained it, but I just didn't catch it. But that was just my thoughts on the whole movie. What are your guys's? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it funny? Was it scary? I know I laughed a lot longer and probably a lot harder than I really should have, even during the death scenes. Because hey, I have a dark sense of humor. But if you liked it or not, like the video, dislike it, I don't care. Goodbye.